Alright, hey everybody, this is WildBlade from Creative Media Vault in Yokohama, Japan, and this is me back on Game Dev. Alright, so we're just going to kind of jump right back into it from where we left off last time. So this is the Ryukage run game that we've been working on like for the past or that I've been working on for the past like couple months when I had time. But let's see. Last time I was streaming, we were actually working on adding like some characters and stuff, or adding like some support characters to this game, and we also started working on replacing a lot of the temporary art that you're seeing in this game. So, just to recap for those of you who might, or to introduce you, those of you who might be new to my stream or who aren't familiar with what I've been working on, I am a game developer and I do have my own series of like comics, novels, video games, and my own universe called the WildFIRE Expanded Universe. So you can check a lot of that, a lot of stuff that I've been working on out on Patreon because I've been doing a lot of like background work these past couple months, adding more characters, like some movie clips and all kinds of good stuff to kind of introduce more people to the universe, right? And the game that we're currently working on is called Ryukage Run. And this is actually like, one is a remake of a previous game, of an old, very, very old Unity game that I made. Which you can kind of find, you can still play that old version of the game on my itch.io page over here. So we're basically going to be remaking this game, and this is my itch.io page. And this game was actually one of the first Unity games that I actually created. And this Ryukage Run game, I'm not gonna play it here, but you could like definitely play it on itch. Just go to my itch.io account. And it's very, very basic. It's just like Ryoko running back and forth trying to like avoid falling obstacles. That's it, right? So no running, no jumping, like no weapons or no anything like that. So we're going to be updating this game just because it's so basic. But this game, the reason I'm remaking this game is because this game is actually a prequel to the main WildFIRE storyline. And what I mean is like this game that we're remaking is actually the game for these two comics. And these two comics are a prequel to this book, my published novel, WildFIRE of the Legend of the Ryukage. So we're basically making the game for these two comics here. And like the storyline for all of these, you could find on my Patreon. So this is my Patreon page, and I actually just did a lore explorer video on Twitch earlier today that kind of explains the origin and the background and the history of this universe. So now that I have the origin and history of the universe explained, we're going to be actually trying to animate it and trying to tell the story. I was going to continue to tell the story through comics and stuff like that. But and I'm still going to continue to make the comics because the story is very long. But the video game that we're working on will cover a lot of the major battles. We'll cover a lot of the key points of the storyline of the Ryukage story arc, which leads into the main WildFIRE storyline like thousands of years later with the descendants of the original Ryukage clans. So I'm not going to explain all of that on this stream because I kind of want to like really focus on the game dev because I spent all week building lore and like building stuff on Patreon. So you can check that out. You can join my Patreon for free. And like I just check to see what I've got there in the free tiers, and then if you like, yeah, you can join as a paid member to support me there. So now that we have our universe, I have all the universe lore done and all of the characters for the entire for all of the main characters for the entire WildFIRE series up on my Patreon. Now I can kind of get back into actually making the games because I felt like I needed to put the character profiles online where people could actually research or like kind of see what we're talking about here. So, are the characters in the world that I'm building with the world that I'm building with these characters. All right. So what we've got going on here now is we've managed to put Ryoko in the game scene. So Ryoko is the Ryoko is the girl that that you just saw in the previous previous iteration of this game. This was her in my old version of the game. So now we're just rebuilding Ryoko. So we actually put her body parts in here. It sounds kind of messed up, but we actually rebuilt Ryoko during the last stream. And what I did is, yeah, this is the new version of her. I put her in a run pose, but we did some new artwork for her. and then we like kind of broke our body parts down to where we can like kind of manipulate them individually. So now we can actually animate this character and make her look a little bit more realistic while she's running around the screen. Now, the type of game that we are building at this time is an endless runner side scroller, right? So I'll give you a playthrough of what we got at the moment. I did change my layout from the previous stream just because I got tired of looking at the same layout. So we're going to play this. Did I get rid of that enemy at the very beginning? I should probably start. I should have started her from the very beginning of the level, but. All right. Whoops, sorry, I was doing something on my phone. Let me restart her over here. All right. Oh, now I'm starting her too close to the spike. Hold on. Like, let me move. I put her there because we were building Mount Fuji during the last stream, but I forgot to move her back to the original starting point. So let's go ahead and do that. So she's like, dude, you're just dropping me in front of spikes. What's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm sadistic. Yeah, she knows. Ryoko knows. Believe me, Ryoko knows everything. So I've been working on this storyline for over 30 years. And originally, like, I did make video game concepts, but I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't really trying to be a game developer per se when I first started this. I used to make video game concepts and drafts and stuff, you know, for like games for Nintendo, for Nintendo Power and for all of these other types of like magazines. So I would actually pump out ideas, but a lot of times when I pumped out ideas, I didn't necessarily, I wasn't necessarily trying to make games myself. So what happened is I wrote a book, I published a book, because I had been working on this story since almost 20 years. Since I published a book, and nobody read it. And so then I'm like, well, maybe I should make comics, but at the same time, I also love video games. So I'm like, well, what's the best way to actually for me to tell this story? Because I was going to publishers, I was going to publishing houses, I was looking for film agents. I wrote a lot of movie scripts and TV scripts for this Ryukage and this WildFIRE series, but I couldn't really find any agents or people who wanted to were interested. I mean, they were interested in the story, but they weren't interested in me or the way I was telling the story. So they're interested in the characters, but they're, well, we would like to, if we help you, we'd like to change this and change this. But my stories and my characters, my main rule is I don't want to change my characters because there's a very personal reason for that, and that's why I've never sold this storyline, even though I did have some buyers that were interested in it. But I'm like, no, I got to protect the integrity of the story. That is not the way that the story is going to go, and so. For years, I'm like, well, how am I going to actually just get this story out there in a medium that people are going to be interested in? And that turned out to be, I turned to video games. I'm like, well, game development is at least something that I can control and I can kind of manage myself, even if it's not and then maybe through that, I can get movie and game companies animation companies interested in the story. But now, and I was thinking that way for 20 or 30 years. I was trying to work on my games, build a team, kickstart my projects and stuff like that. And you can only really get so far with that. And plus I had other family obligations and responsibilities in the US and back in Japan where I live. So for 20 years, so I never had the resources or the time to really fully invest or really hire a team or anything like that. But now the rules have kind of changed because I have a lot more freedom in my life at this time. I'm living in Yokohama by myself. My kids are grown. My parents are they're doing their thing in the US. They don't necessarily need my support anymore. So now this is my time where I can actually focus on what I want to do. So because of that, and now I also have access to other tools that will allow me to do stuff. So that's why I've decided, just devote this year to focusing on building up the universe and building up the anime. I'm starting to make anime, more comics, and more video games based on this storyline. So what we're doing with this, bringing it back to the game, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on getting this game, on telling the story, telling the first story arc of the Ryukage series through this game. And like then I'll be making like animations and like other media to kind of like support the game, including comics. So here's a like here's a like little small movie clip. Like way too loud, sorry. Here's a small clip that I posted on Patreon that is kind of depicting the scene that we're working on in the game at the moment. This is where the first demon actually breaks out of the demon seal and comes for Ryoko. So this was like created a couple months ago, and like I'm just checking to see which animation style kind of looks better for if I'm going to animate parts for the series, and I've kind of found a look that I like. But when it comes to telling the full story arc of the Ryukage, one, we're going to be doing it in the video game, but the game is going to be like for more interactive, more action-based people who are who would be better at learning the story through actually participating in it. And then like I'm still in the air whether I want to like actually animate the Ryukage series or if I want to do it as a still do it as a manga, which is what the first as a comic, which is what the first two episodes are. And or if I want to do it as a like a 2D do it as a 3D live action type of thing. So I am playing around with different options, but I will still be the game will still be one of the default modes that I'll be using to tell this, because I want people to be able to play with the power sets of these characters, right? So with Ryoko, what we're going to be doing here is first I'm going to go ahead and play through this game. Turn my sound down a little bit here. So I'll be playing through this just to show you what we've got so far. So in the scene we have the Kurogami demon, the first demon that escapes from the demon realm, who's going to try to kill her. All right, and like this is in the side scroller. So you can speed up, you can slow down, you can jump over objects, you can pick up weapons, which is kind of what you're doing now, and you can actually run upside down on platforms in order to avoid enemies. Now she does have a double jump. We're gonna like play around with fixing all of her like mechanics and stuff like that later. But you know, just to get right now, we're basically just kind of still working on the main look and the feel of this. I just ran into those spikes again. All right. Now, what she just picked up there is I mentioned that she does have weapons, and she does have her. She will be assisted by her sisters and her family members and people from the comics in this game. So you can read the first two issues of comics, and then you can see like who will be. You can see who. This is like her sister. I just called her sister Fujiko. So this is her second. This is the second oldest sister of her family. Now that's something that we are going to have to fix. Actually, I think I might have already fixed that in the previous screen. And, okay, so I'm gonna let her die there. But these are the main game mechanics. So pick up weapons, jump, run, jump, and spikes. Hold on, I'm checking something on my phone. So like pick up weapons, run upside down. Oh, what the hell is that? I have no idea what that is. Hold on, let me see what is that thing? I forgot what I put there in the last stream. But whatever it is, blocking. So run upside down, speed up, slow down, pick up weapons. You know, avoid obstacles if you can. All right, and then like this is another weapon that she picked up. Now I'll call her sister here. All right, so each of her sisters and each of the people that will be assisting her will have different different abilities. But that's kind of where we're at with the game right now. And this Kurogami demon, if it gets close enough to her, it's going to attack her and like kill her, just like in the comics, right? So like we've been working with temporary artwork for the past God, I don't know how long. We've been working with temporary artwork since I started this, because we're not starting with a fresh game. Actually, that's something I've got to mention. We're not running this on a fresh game. We're actually running this on a game template that I created like a long time ago, called Spirits of the Lost Winds, and you can find that game on my itch.io as well. You can actually download the template for that. Hold on, let's see. I think there might be something going down with my Twitch stream, so let me check that out very quickly just to make sure that you guys are hearing me correctly. And also, I need to see if there's any like comments or whatnot popping up on the screen. All right, yeah. So can I turn this guy upside down? All right, yeah, I can turn this guy upside down. All right, so I'll be keeping an eye on my comments and stuff like that. So if you got something you want to like chat about, like just drop it in. I'm active right now. So basically, like with there are when you go to the comics, I'll show you like some of the comic panels that I've got. So this is like from the Ryukage comic issue #1. So you can actually read this for free on Gumroad. You can download it on Gumroad. I think I'll be putting like a free downloadable PDF up in a little bit. So here's like some of the original artwork from like 2000, like original artwork for the comic from 2014. But we're basically going to be telling this story right here. And like the support character that you're going to find in this game that we're currently making right now will be the support characters from this comic. So that will be Ryoko's family, and then this group of guys that she runs into later. And this group will wind up eventually forming the OG Ryukage clan. And so we're going to start putting more of them into the game. But first, until now, we've been mainly focused on getting the game dynamics and the gameplay down. Using that Spirits of the Lost Winds template that I've created, which has a lot of functionality already built into it. So if you want to take a look at that template, you can also find that on itch.io page. It's this game right here. And like you can download the Unity 2D template that I programmed for this, like I think before COVID. But this is what we're using to rebuild the current Ryukage run game. So, but however, the Spirits of the Lost Winds game is essentially a different type of game because this is a top-down omnidirectional shooter where you're just going along a map. It's based on the game Bastion because I like that game. So, so this game was programmed for top-down shooter mode. But since we're using the template, all we're basically having to do is change some of the code to make it an endless runner, and like changing some of the graphics to also mimic the endless runner. All right, so that's what we will be doing, and that's why you're seeing a lot of temporary artwork in here that we need to change, right? And so we're gonna start. We're gonna continue working on that today. And we're gonna start like during the last stream we created Mount Fuji. And one of the other things that we're going to do is we're going to I guess play around with these mountains. Now I do have some artwork, some reference artwork that I want to kind of start using. And that is loaded in Adobe Animate, which is what I usually use for making my game artwork anyway, because I like to have the option of being able to export everything and create sprite sheets from vector-based sprite sheets, or reusing the same character parts over and over and over again, right? So we've created this, and we're going to go ahead and like try to recreate some of these elements in the scene. The game that we're making, the type of game that we are making, is going to be very similar to a game called Ninja Must Die. This is one of my favorite games on mobile. If you have not played it, I highly recommend it because the game that we are making is going to be heavily inspired by this because this is just an awesome game. And one reason I like Ninja Must Die is not only is the action just amazing, but also like the graphics are pretty simplified. So it's mostly just shapes with shades on it, and that means that the game is not the game. It looks amazing and it is kind of detailed. I think most of this is like hand painted too in this game, which is something I'm jealous about because I can't like do that. I mean I can, but it just takes me a long time. But we're gonna be using like graphics similar to this. For our Ryukage run game, just because I think it matches very well. So with Mount Fuji being an exception, we're going to use a lot of like shadows and a lot of like silhouettes and shadows to try to do this. All right. Now we're going to try to also keep the elements kind of consistent with the scene, with the scenes in the comic. So Like, for example, if you notice, I've already kind of got this black ground, but in the first comic series, the first demon's attack actually takes place in a forest. So that's kind of why in Unity you're looking at a forest scene right here. So we're gonna work on like prettying this up. Also, the attack takes place during the evening time. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go ahead and like change the sky. Hold on. Before we change the sky, there you'll notice that I already have like game clips or game objects. I've already got game objects in the scene that are, and the level is already kind of broken down. So I've got like level map, and then I have game objects that have like sky and stuff in here. So if I come in here and I turn this off, then the sky will like disappear. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. But so I've got sky 1, which is kind of what you're looking at, the blue sky. I've got like clouds that can parallax in here already. And we'll go through some of the scripts that I'm using in a little bit as well. I've got, what else? Oh, I've got my level fog here. But in this game, when this demon starts getting closer to Ryoko, I want it to look like, I want the scene to change. So I'm gonna have to like set a trigger to where I'm probably gonna set a trigger right behind Ryoko, to where as soon as the demon gets within a certain range, then he starts getting within attack distance, or even before, kind of like a warning sign. When this demon starts getting closer to her, the sky is going to turn like this color, turn red. So I think we might go ahead and try to add that as well. And that would be placed on a sensor. So let's see if I can remember how to do this very quickly. So we've got our Kurogami tint here. I'll need to add something behind Ryoko. So we'll go to our player. Hold on. Yeah, we'll go to our player temp, and we'll get into animating like all of this later. I just want to get the graphics like looking a little bit better, and make sure that she has everything that she needs to function in the game first, right? So we're gonna take a look at Ryoko here, and we're gonna add another element. We're going to add maybe an empty game object. So yeah, we'll create an empty. I'm still running like Unity 2021 on this, I think, because this is kind of where what I programmed the old game template in. All right, or did I do that in 2019? I think I did that one in 2019, to be honest. But okay, so we're gonna use this. We're gonna name this one as Demon Warning, or maybe yeah, I think Demon Warning. And this will be a trigger. Alright, so this will be a trigger. So it's going to be an empty game object that's a trigger that's going to be attached to her. And I'll go ahead and mark this as maybe like I always tend to mark my objects, because I'm a lot of people don't know this, but my left eye is kind of bad, and I am going blind in one eye, slowly but surely, and it's because I need to have like a surgery that it was too expensive for me to get, and I just kind of waited too long. I'm a lot older than people like think, and if you like read about my life, you'll know that I've been in some serious stuff. So I'm an ex-war vet. So I have like damage to one ear, and my eye was damaged because of fighting, like doing MMA and stuff like that. Because I wanted to be a professional MMA fighter when I came back to Japan. That's one reason why I came back. But because of that, my body is a lot more worn out than a lot of people might realize. So that's another reason, like when I'm doing game programming, I try to use as many symbols and as many colors as possible, because you know, realistically I'll probably be blind in this eye in a lot sooner than I should be. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm like trying to like reverse that stuff, but I just took damage to my eye when I was fighting, and that's one reason why I stopped like fighting and sparring so much. because I realized that it was going to I had a family to take care of, and I couldn't couldn't do that, couldn't really work if my eye was not if my eye was messed up. So kind of had to give up on the dream. And now I'm older. I'm like a lot of people don't realize how old I am. They're like, wow, you're that old and you're still playing video games every day? I'm like, yeah, no, you can say. So, all right. So we have our empty game object here for our demon warning trigger. And now we're going to add a box collider to this. Oh, I love this song. Yeah, so I'm going to add a box collider 2D because we are working in 2D. And I'm going to go ahead and change the area of this. Well, because right now it's like way tiny. So I'm going to bump this guy up. And we're going to make sure that this is stationed behind Ryoko. And I kind of want to give her like a little bit of distance, so we're going to wind up placing this farther away from her. And this should be like right behind her. So it doesn't necessarily need to be too tall. It just needs to be able to like kind of follow her wherever she's at. And we're going to go ahead and set this as a trigger as well. All right. And so while we're setting this up as a trigger, what this is going to do is when we're looking at the demon, there is something, you'll notice that there's this red box in front of the demon, right? So there's a red box in front of the demon that is able to kind of like, it's basically kind of like a detector that goes all the way up and down the screen. So no matter if she's up, if she's jumping, or if she's like running below something, this red box does not have a physical body. This is also a trigger. So like no matter where she is, if she runs into this trigger, that means that the demon is close and is within attacking distance, attacking range, right? So that means that she's either got to speed up, jump, or like try to blast the demon back, which she can't do because she's gonna have like some of her sisters and some of her assists have bombs and stuff that they can throw behind her to knock the demon back, or like even kill it later, because the demon will have hit points, and you're gonna have to fight him as a boss anyway. So that's something that something that you could do. But right now, while she's running, you'll notice that she doesn't have any indicator of when the demon's like approaching to getting too close to her, right? And that's something that we need to add that in. One, just to kind of be a little bit fair in the game, and two, also to scare the player. So we want something that's going to freak the player out. So they might be running, fighting enemies ahead of them, but then as soon as like this warning box gets hit by this trigger here, by this box here, is going to trigger a warning, and the screen is going to turn red. And like, oh my God, this demon's getting closer to us, so we got to do something, right? So this is like basically to scare the shit out of the player. And this box collider is a trigger, and it'll also this will not have a physical body. So we don't need to add physics to this because it's supposed to trail right behind her, like at all times. One thing I am going to do though is, even though this box is like not going to have any graphics and it's going to be an invisible trigger, I am going to go ahead and add a sprite render to this. Alright, so we're going to add a sprite. Alright, so we're going to add a sprite renderer to this. And the reason why we're adding a sprite renderer to this object in the scene that will not be visible to the player is because I want to have, as a developer, I want to have a reference. So I'm going to put just like, what am I going to put in here? Square? I think I have a square. I can't spell square. So I'm going to put like a square in here. Alright. Cool. So I'm going to put my square here, and actually I'm going to like move my box collider around this square, and get over here. All right, so I'm going to move my box collider around this square to kind of make it the same size. Now I could have done this easier by just creating this first. But creating a 2D image first. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna put this here, and now we're gonna position this box, this entire box behind her, right around here. I think this is a pretty, maybe this will be a pretty good distance, because this will give her a little bit of like space, maybe around where the R is. So this will give her a little bit of space of being able to tell when this demon is getting like too close. So it'll be a good like warning area. Right, and it, like I said, it doesn't need to be so tall, but it does need to be stretched out a little bit longer. So, wait, come here. Okay, so this will be our early warning system. And we're gonna leave, I'm gonna turn this one red at the moment as well. Yeah, I'll leave it as red at the moment, because we're going to wind up like cutting the transparency off on this thing anyway. All right. Now, if you're a game developer, you might be wondering why I'm like doing like my coding and stuff this way, or why I'm doing the game setup this way. One is I hate coding. I do it out of necessity, just to be able to tell my stories, but I'm more of a visual person. And I don't like looking at code so much. One, because my eye is bad. And two, it's just like, you know, I've never really been into like coding or programming. I just want to tell my stories. And this is just a medium that I'm using to do it. So, also, like, I would like my games to be simple enough for other people to be able to follow. So when I do write code, I try to make it as basic as possible. Instead of using a lot of complex math, you know, what I'll try to do is I'll try to make it like, I'll try to use booleans as much as possible. So on and off switches, basically, that will trigger everything. So we have this square here. It is our demon warning trigger, and it is attached to the player. It is set as a trigger. So now we're gonna like see what it looks like in the game first, because I want to make sure that these two triggers can like interact with each other, kind of intercept. Right, so we're setting up our demon early warning system right now. All right, so right now this is kind of good, and I just need to make sure that that she doesn't die. Hold on, I should probably remove those spikes. I always put those spikes there, and she always like dies on them because I'm just like I keep on forgetting to remove them after Alright, so now right, she can speed up and she can like slow down in this game. So right now I'm kind of slowing her down by hitting the back button. Alright, cool. So, yeah. Alright, cool. So, I'm gonna slow down a little bit more. Alright, and so, this other red, box is kind of what we're keeping an eye out for. Alright, it's getting closer. Alright, so, now, she took damage from that. What I'm gonna do is, I'm actually gonna remove the damage from the, yeah, because I only want her to take damage when the demon... He just knocked her right off the bridge, too. I only want her to take damage when the demon's actually attacking her, so I don't necessarily want her to take damage when she runs into this... what is the long red transparent thing. I forgot what I called that thing. Yeah. So, like, this is really just a visual indicator of how close things are. But that is working correctly, right? So, the two triggers are able to intersect and interact without, like, causing any, like, major damage or anything. So now, what I think I'm going to go ahead and take the attack off of this. Alright, here we go. Forgot what I called that thing that I created a long time ago. Okay, so this is the vertical kill zone. All right, so for this vertical kill zone, like we do have the demon dog in here, but the demon dog also has his own like chasing enemy script. So for the vertical kill zone, it doesn't necessarily need an attack script on it, kill zone script. So, for this itself, I'm going to go ahead and remove the damage amount to here. And so now when she interacts with the actual kill zone, it won't do anything. I'm using this kill zone not only here, but I'm using it at the same, I'm basically using the same graphic and the same, I'm using the same game object for the water as well. So this is the same as the water. So when she impacts the water, If she falls into the water, it's going to it's going to go ahead and automatically kill her off and reset her to the screen. But this is the same thing as the kill zone that we're using right now. So now that will not do any damage to her. But we do need to go ahead and work on the trigger body, because we want the trigger body to do something. All right, so instead of putting a kill zone script on her, to where it does like a lot of damage and like kill the player off, what we might do is we're gonna jump into my sandbox very quickly. And you're like, sandbox? What are you talking about? Well, as I mentioned before, this game is not being built from the ground up. We are using a template. And so when I go to my, I forgot that I rearranged everything. Okay, so all right, so when we go into this game, we'll jump into scenes, and the first scene that you'll see is sandbox, and this is what we're using to like create this game. All right, and I'll play the sandbox for you because it's got a lot of very, very basic functionality built into it. But the functionality that it has built into it is for a top-down shooter. So a top-down omnidirectional shooter. Yeah, oh, that's my awesome music. All right, so this is basically how Spirits of the Lost Winds was built. So I built everything in the sandbox first, and then I just like went and like once I had the sandbox, the object functionality down. See, like this is a door trigger, so this trigger opens the door, and this trigger closes the door, right? But this looks totally different inside of the actual game, right? So we're going to be using like some of these triggers that were already built to switch the states of like some of the graphics and stuff in the game. What else do I have in here? I got like a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff turned off in the sandbox actually. So, all right. So let's see. We're gonna go into the sandbox, and that's why I say if you download this game template, there's already a lot of functionality built into it. So you can't really see it here, but I've got let's see. Let's go ahead and see if I can turn on some elements. Checkpoint. I got my checkpoints. Let's see what happens if I turn this on. Yeah, I got checkpoints here. I got my music, spawners, puzzles. Where's the rest of my level at? Yeah, I got puzzles. I've got miscellaneous stuff. Dash points, AI elements. Oh, sample level, duh. Alright, so I've got interactables here that are turned off at the moment. I've got portals here that are kind of turned off at the moment. I've got pickups, so these are like B-coins and stuff. I've got instructions, level instructions on here. So this is how I tend to program my games. I like to make sure that I'll try to create a level that has like all of the programming stuff already kind of embedded in it, and then when I'm making the actual game, I just jump into here and see, okay, well, I need some kind of trigger. So the trigger that we need for for those two to interact, I believe would be something like a door. Yeah. Or would it be a portal? Hold on. I want something that's just going to flip a state. AI elements. What did I put in AI elements? Oh, boss patrol points. Yeah. What did I put for... okay, so I haven't been in like sandbox for a while. So hold on. So boss patrol point. There's no scripts on this. So what? This is a scripting sandbox basically. So move jump, AI obstacle, point one, cursor click, miscellaneous, dash projectile, scatter shots, puzzles, enemies, hidden guy. Ah, okay. So I think I can use something like the pop-up dialogue here. So I do have like dialogues in my Spirits of Lost Winds game. And so these would be what the dialogue boxes look like. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump onto like this, and we're gonna take a look at the script. So we've got enable dialogue script. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up in Visual Studio. All right, and this is how I this is how I do a lot of my coding. So I like to have simple, very easy to use simple scripts, right? And so what we're gonna do is we're basically gonna wind up copying this script, and we're gonna convert it over to like a script that will look for if we're gonna look for if that level if that long I forgot the vertical kill zone. We're gonna look to see if the vertical kill zone intersects with this trigger that we just put on Ryoko, and if it does, then we're gonna have it turn the screen red. So we can use a basic script like that, like this one, to activate that. So we're gonna quickly go through this script. I have a lot of stuff that's commented out because like I do that on purpose because I can actually just uncomment stuff if I need to add additional functionality. But this is basic mono behavior script. And we're gonna go into like activate dialogue box. We don't necessarily need to worry about that. We're just gonna copy the inside of the script basically. So this has a game object, active dialogue box. It's got another game object, previous dialogue, and another game object, next dialogue, which we don't need any of these. All right. And we're mainly going to be working with the void within the void start. And this is going to be like activate dialogue box set active. So we're going to be working with the set active and the set inactive, basically, or basically true and false. So this is like going to be active dialogue box. So if the player runs into active dialogue box as it's defined up here, then you know that would actually set it to true, and that dialogue box would pop up on the screen. Well, and then if the player runs into another dialogue box, that would like turn the previous one off, and then set that one to true. But in our case, we're not going to be working with dialogue boxes. We're going to be working with that warning signal, right? So we're going to be using like if we're going to need to be using if the player is actually inside the box or if it's outside. So that we'll be using the private void on trigger enter and on trigger exit, right? So that would be like if other dot tag equals player. In this case, we're not going to be using the player directly, because if we're using like if we're using the player or using Ryoko directly, then that means that the vertical kill zone needs to be on top of her, which means that she's already taking a hit. So that's why we've moved the warning trigger box behind her. Right, so we'll have to change that as well. But the concept is if that box enters on trigger enter 2D, then that would set the warning to active, right? And that means that the screen should start turning red. So, all right, so we got active dialogue box set active true, previous dialogue set active false, next dialogue. We don't need to worry about these other two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this basic code here, because I don't like typing stuff over and over again. All right. So we're going to copy this, and then we're going to jump over. We haven't really done anything here, so we're going to jump back into our normal scene, which will be in this level. I forgot which endless level I'm on. Oh, that was for a different one. Okay. I forgot I have to actually hit open here. All right. So now we're going to jump back into our player temp, make sure that we're on Ryoko here by hitting the F button. And we're going to go to that new game object that we just made. All right. And what we're going to have to do here is we're going to need to add a new script. Make sure we've got our box collider instead of the trigger. All right. One thing we are going to do with this though is, one thing that we're going to have to do with this is we are going to rename this. We're gonna rename it and we're gonna give it a tag. Sorry. So we're gonna I'm gonna go here and I'm going to create a add tag, and this is going to be warning box. So I'm just gonna name this warning box. Alright, so this will be warning box. And do I want to go ahead and like add it to a layer? I don't think I'll need to add it to a layer. Yeah. But we are going to go ahead and change this tag. Just creating a tag doesn't necessarily... I spelled warning box wrong. Damn it. Wasn't paying attention. I got... Well, I didn't spell it wrong, but I capitalized G. Can I... Okay. I don't want to do that, though. Alright. And I'm just going to, like... Can I get rid of this tag? Damn it. Hold on. Now I gotta set this thing back to like I'll set this to enemy right now. Okay. Forgot about that. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to make sure that this is like set properly in the code. Alright, so let me get rid of this enemy. I'll turn that to enemy right now. And now what I'll do is I'll go into warning box. No. Wait a minute. Why can't I do that? Okay, so you're here. And now let's go. Now warning box. Alright, cool. Yeah. Alright, so warning box has been removed. Now I'll name this properly. And I think I'll start with the lowercase warning box. Alright, there we go. Cool. Alright, so warning box has been created. So just because it's been created, that doesn't mean that's been assigned yet. So we're going to change this from enemy and put this as our warning box. Alright. So now this creates a thing like I've created a warning box here. I think right now this kill zone is set as a kill zone. Yeah. So, all right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put the script on this warning box. I'm just going to leave that as it is, as a trigger. But I am going to go ahead and put the script on this particular kill zone. All right. So right now this script has a kill zone. This vertical kill zone only has a kill zone script on it. We're gonna add another component. Add another component, and that's gonna be warning. I'll do that. Okay, warning box, and this is something that we'll be able to use later in the game anyway. So I'm adding a warning box script to this. Hold on, give me a second. So I need to make sure that everybody like actually able to hear me. So I'm checking my stream right now. This is like taking me over to somebody else's like channel. Give me a second. All right, cool. Yeah, I can actually hear myself. So let me jump over here very quickly. I'm just doing something on my stream right quick, just checking some stuff. That's why it's kind of quiet at the moment. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Thank you for like checking out my stream. So, actually, I'm just checking something on my stream right now. We're still working on this Ryukage run game. So, if you hear an echo, that's me just making sure that the sound is working on this correctly. So, uh, okay, yeah, it is. So I can like stop this and go back to doing what I was doing. All right. So we'll go ahead and kick this music back on. Give me a second. But thanks for yeah, thank you for checking me out. So we're working on we're continuing working on this Ryukage run game. I'm not sure if you caught any of my previous streams, but just to kind of recap, the game that we're working on right now is actually the basically based on these comics that I've created. So we're creating the game for this comic series, the Ryukage series. And what we've got is I did a previous stream earlier today that actually explained the history and the world of this game of this universe that I'm creating, the Ryukage universe. So I did like a 2 hour video stream of this. Yeah, yes, I'm doing this in Unity at the moment. So this I'm using Unity. Right now, I'm using Unity 2021 because that's where I created the template for this. So yeah, I am a Unity game developer. And I'm also a graphic designer, so like a graphic designer, artist, and stuff like that. So what you're looking at right now is you're looking at my Patreon page, and what you're seeing is you're seeing all of the characters that will be in the game that we're creating right now. So you can check out my Patreon page or become a free member there, and that will explain the story of the games that we're working on and the universe that we're working on. I've also got like some animated clips of the characters and stuff, and all of the character profiles of the character that we'll be putting into this game. And like so you can check that out. You can also read the original comics. So basically what we're doing is we're creating the game for these first two comics. And these first two comics are a prequel to this book, my published novel. So everything is connected. And I do have a previous version of this game that I created a long time ago on itch.io. This is Ryukage Run. So what we're doing is we're creating an updated version of this game because this game is like bare bones basic. It's just like the character running back and forth. And oh, okay. So you also design. You do what do you do? Do you do like Twitch layouts and streams and stuff? Twitch layouts and like applications or like what is it, overlays and stuff? So if you're a designer, I do get like a lot of requests for people who are looking to design for my page. Yeah, on the stream. So yeah, that's not really something that I'm looking for right now, but I love checking out people's new artwork. And if I can connect them with clients, then I don't mind doing that. So, but right now, like what I'm doing is that I have to be very careful because I am working on branded IP for my WildFIRE series. So, and that's kind of what you're looking at right now. That's why like I mentioned, like I have my Patreon page up here. So, what I'm doing is I'm taking all of that branded IP stuff and I'm putting that into the games, and I'm also putting that on my Twitch stream, which is kind of why my layout is the way that it is. So I'm only using characters that I'm only using my own characters right now because I need to do that in order to kind of like work on my work on my branding and my marketing, which has been non-existent for a while. Mm. Oh, you don't do that? Oh, okay. So like, so are you a Unity game developer too? Hold on, my music has vanished. Give me a second. Where'd my music go? All right, hold on. I think I'm back on here. Oh, okay. So you do animations. So yeah, do you have any links or anything? Yeah, if you have links, go ahead and drop them in the comments because I like checking out other people's like. I like checking out other artists and seeing what style they're using. Let's see, what were they doing before? Oh, okay. So like as I was mentioning, what I'm going to do is instead of putting the script on our player here, I'm going to go ahead and put our new script on this vertical kill zone. So I just created this warning box script here. Do you do like a 2D animation or 3D animation? All right. So we're gonna go ahead and clear this out here. Huh. Okay. Yeah, it took a while for that to paste. I'm like, what's up with this? All right. So. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this in here. Oh, you don't use a link? Why don't you have a link? Everybody should have a link. You should always have a link tree, especially if you're looking to advertise your services and stuff like that. Yeah. So let's see. I have like Instagram and Discord as well. So what you can do is you can drop but you don't have a link. So yeah, you can check my links on my profile, on my Twitch profile, and then you can contact me there. But I highly recommend that you get a link. It's definitely going to help you out in the future, especially if you're looking for clients and stuff like that. That would be the first thing that I would check. That would be the first thing I would naturally ask for, like what's the link, where are your links to your work. So okay, so you do VTubers too, but I can't really check to see what you do because you don't have a link. So my advice is go make a link first so that I can take time to, because right now I'm in the middle of streaming, so I'm not going to jump off my screen to go check your work or follow you anywhere. So you would have to have a link for me anyway. So yeah, I recommend. Have you ever done a link tree? If you haven't done a link tree, that's something I would recommend. Let's see. Yeah, I think you can find a link tree here. Yeah. So this is my link tree. And this is where I actually, this is connected to all of my social media profiles. And that way, if somebody has questions for me or they want to see some of my work or see what I actually do, then all of my links are kind of in one place. So this is something I would recommend for you to set up, especially if you're going to be trying to pitch services and stuff like that. And it'll help you in the future. Well, I mean, yeah, in a way that does kind of get on streamers' nerves because you are kind of pitching, kind of using their platform to pitch your own services, which is kind of something that you don't necessarily want to do, and also it interrupts their stream. Because for example, right now I'm working on some coding stuff, but I have to interact with you in the comments. And you're not you're kind of taking attention away from the main object of my stream at the moment by trying to advertise what you actually do on my stream. And that's why I say instead of having instead of having a long conversation, if you have a link tree, you can just be like, okay, well, cool, I'm a graphic designer. I don't want to interrupt your stream, so let me just post my link here, and then you can check it later. And that eliminates the long conversation, and it also helps the streamer to stay on track with what their object is for the stream. So you can kind of get your advertisement in too, but you're not taking up too much space or time or mental space on the stream, because now my stream is kind of starting to focus on trying to help you with your promotion and your advertisement instead of actually coding, which is one of the main things that gets on streamers' nerves when somebody comes in to do this. Me, I'm kind of used to it, and I like to help new artists and help promote people, so it's not such a big deal. But a link would definitely cut down on a link that you can just post and be like, yo, I do graphic design, check me out after your stream. And if there are other people watching the stream, they can also see the link and be, oh, okay, well, maybe we'll check that out too. So definitely the way to go, I think. All right, so let's see. Getting back on track with what I'm doing with my coding, I need to create a public game object. So the game object that I'm creating is, this will be a vertical kill zone. Vertical kill zone. Alright, so I've got this vertical kill zone. These two game objects I don't need. So I'm just going to comment them out right now. No, I did not get the request because I'm not checking the request on my stream right now. And the reason I'm not checking the request on my stream is because my stream is not about checking your art profile. My stream is about programming and doing game design. So that's why I said you're kind of taking, in this stream, you're kind of taking time and focus away from what I logged in to do. And so I will check your links later. It's a legitimate, it's a legitimate concern for streamers. So that's why I say just having a link and having a conversation, like reducing the conversation for your personal promotion inside of someone else's stream is actually the best thing to do. So like in your case, I would just say, okay, yo, like I like your stream. This is kind of what's going on. I'm also a graphic designer, like that does stuff for games. And here's my links. You can check it out later. And then like you want to keep the conversation kind of flowing to assist the to kind of assist the streamer with with what they're trying to do. So you don't want to, if you're going to like comment and you're going to come into somebody's stream, you want to try to be able to add some kind of value to it instead of just trying to take value away from it. So a link will help you do that without feeling too invasive to the stream. So like you know, you can like for example in this stream, like what kind of art do you do, like what kind of games do you like, what kind of projects do you work on. These are like conversations that can kind of be held. Yeah. So like I'll check the links later, but you know, I'm kind of interested in, you haven't really introduced yourself as a person except for like somebody who has a service to sell. So I don't really know what you're interested in, so that would be a natural turnoff point for a lot of people, especially like when they're streaming anyway. So, all right, so let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and set this vertical kill zone. Yeah. So, jumping into somebody's stream and just like commenting and like soft promoting yourself, not necessarily anything overly bad with it if you like know how to do it. You know, but you also want to make sure that you're adding some kind of value to what the streamer themselves are trying to do. That would be my recommendation. So, okay, so I've got my my vertical kill zone here. All right, so right now we have set up this game object for vertical kill zone. We've also set up this, like in our start, we've set up a vertical kill zone, and that is set up as active as false already. No, in this case, we want our vertical kill zone to be active at all times. So this, this thing right here should be active all the time. I'll show you what happens if we run the script right now. Well, right now nothing's gonna happen. I've got errors here. So if you see like red in your code, it's normally like some kind of error. So I'm gonna go ahead and comment these out. We're gonna be using this update block later anyway, so. Oh, hey, I'm not looking to buy, thanks for joining my stream, but I'm not looking to buy any viewers or anything at this time either. So, yeah, so I normally just go ahead and shut those down as soon as they pop up. All right, so right now Unity is compiling the C scripts. And what I'm going to show you is why we don't necessarily want to set our vertical kill zone to off at the moment. First, we have to define our vertical kill zone. So, in the script that I just created, on this vertical kill zone, do I want to name that vertical kill zone? I think I just screwed that up. Give me a second. So I've got like a vertical kill zone here. Warning script. Okay. So the vertical kill zone, we're going to rename this because we're not going to put this vertical kill zone in here because it's just kind of connected to itself. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to find that demon warning trigger, and we're going to drop that demon warning trigger in here, because that's kind of what we want to like connect with. So right now, if I run this script, though, because the vertical kill zone, which we're going to rename anyway, is already set to false in the code. As soon as I run this red box here is going to vanish, and we don't want that to vanish. We want it visually gone from the screen, but we still want it present as a trigger. for this thing to interact with. Okay, so if you'll notice that red box just vanished, because that's an issue with our code, because as soon as the game loads and as soon as start loads, it's being told in the code to go ahead and set that to false. All right, so we're gonna turn that off. However, one thing that we are actually no, we're gonna set that to true. We want to make sure that this is true as soon as the game starts. So we're going to go ahead and set this to true. And we're going to go ahead and rename this. So we're going to name this as the warning box. Got a little bit sidetracked here. So let's see. Warning box. Demon. I'll name this demon warning box. Demon warning box. Yeah. Tend to use camel case anyway for a lot of this stuff. So demon warning box, that's going to be our thing. So now we're getting an error because vertical kill zone doesn't exist. So okay, so we're just going to use demon warning box here. That'll be set to true, and then we're going to change this as well, and that's why we created a new tag. So the new tag that we created in Unity is warning box, and that is on our demon warning trigger. So we got warning box. So I want to make sure that it's spelled the exact same way. Okay, so basically this is saying like on trigger enter. On trigger enter, if something named warning box is entered into this trigger. Wait a minute. Did I? Oh yeah. If something named warning box enters into this trigger, then a certain action is going to run. So as soon as it makes contact, right? So in this case, what I will do is just as an example, right now demon warning box is set for true. But so that means that red box should be visible on the screen. For a test, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this in here, and I'll say like once this trigger enters into this vertical kill zone, we're going to set this to false, just to test it out to make sure that that's working. Okay, and let me save this. Okay, so compiling our scripts here. All right, so the object of the game, the object of this is to make sure that when this vertical kill zone enters this space, this box should disappear, and then we're going to go ahead and convert it to where to make the actual sky change to its bloody red, look. All right, so we're going to go ahead and play this. Make sure that this script is like, make sure that these trigger interactions are working. Okay, so I'm going to run up. All right, so this is, I'm making sure that this red box, or this red rectangle is following Ryoko. Alright, so now it doesn't have a physical body, it doesn't necessarily need one. Alright, okay, so I think, yeah, the demon is like closer. Okay. Okay, getting closer. Okay, demon slower. Where's that box at? So we might have outrun this thing. Oh no, there it is, I see it. Alright. So right now the demon is kind of outpacing the box. Okay. So I'm slowing myself down on purpose. Oh, the demon caught me first. Okay, it's moving faster than the box. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna. So she can't outrun this. This is good. Okay. Huh. That did not trigger. Okay, so that's what we don't want. We want this. All right, this should be disappearing. Give me a second. So I need to find out why that's not disappearing. All right. maybe I turned something off here. So the vertical kill zone, the trigger body is here. Okay, so this is what should be colliding, and that is the trigger. Yes, that is the trigger. Yes, yes. All right. All right. So here's our trigger here, and that's not an issue. Our code is here as well. Warning box. Oh, huh. Our demon warning box did not. From Ryoko chose not to put itself in there. Oh, that's okay. That's why I renamed it. So, all right. So let's go back in here and drag our demon warning box in here. All right, and that should make it vanish. Okay, so I'm gonna slow her down and see if these things will connect. Huh. Okay, something did happen. Okay. Okay, it's not triggering for some reason. So I think that might have to do with let's see, where's your box collider on here? Okay, you got a rigid body, you got a box collider, you are a trigger here. Yeah, that should be oh, never mind. I know. I see what I did. I put this as a death effect. Because I wasn't paying attention. All right. So, all right. Yeah, that's not like this thing does not have a death effect on it at the moment. That'll be something. So we need to put that here. Death effect is like absolutely nothing. So I'm like, I put it in. I dragged it to the wrong space. That's it. Excuse me. Okay, so now when I'm running and this, I need to make sure I can outrun this dog very quickly. Oh, still not vanishing. Why? Okay, so I am grounded. This is intersecting. Yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought on this one. Give me a second. Warning, if other equals tag. Demon warning box set active. Warning box. Alright, this is a simple code. Warning box, demon warning box. On trigger, enter 2D. Go warning box. Did I spell warning box correct? Now I'm not. Now I'm like all worried about my spelling skills and shit. All right. Okay. Didn't get assigned. Okay. That's probably it. Make sure I need to make sure that I didn't assign this. Okay, so yeah, this is still kill zone. Okay, so yeah, for some reason my warning box tag didn't get assigned to this warning box. Alright, so basically what we're doing at this point is we've created this warning box right here that's going to tag, kind of track behind Ryoko, or track behind the player. And the purpose of this warning box is to let her know when a demon is getting too close, right? And so right now she's able to outrun it, and what we're keeping an eye on is we're keeping an eye on this box and this vertical kill zone right here. And if this vertical kill zone gets too close, then it should, this is preceding the demon, so if it gets too close, then it should have disappeared, should have killed that thing. Which is still not working for some reason, I don't know why. So hold on, she's close enough. Both of these are triggers. So, like, when they intersect with each other, they should be basically kind of canceling each other out, but that is not, obviously not happening here. I know why. Okay, so on, yeah, my Demon Warning trigger, I have 2D Box Collider. Do I need to have a... Usually I don't necessarily have rigid body 2D. This should not necessarily be... This, we're not really detecting the collisions here. Yeah, I totally forgot what I was like working on. So what I was trying to do. So hold on. Okay, yeah. Now this is just like kind of following. Now I gotta figure out what's going down here. Okay, this is actually pretty easy to do. I've just kind of lost my train of thought. So. Okay. Yeah, I'm totally messing this up now. Alright, so I don't need a rigid body on this. Alright, now, in this though, the good thing about using a template is if you kind of get stuck and you kind of forget what you're doing, that's what the sandbox is for. So let's go ahead and remove this component. Oh, no, sorry, not that one. Yeah, I'll go ahead and remove this rigid body 2D. So, and then I'll save this. And then I'm going to jump back into my sandbox to figure out, to take a look at how I set up some of the previous stuff. So I'll jump in here, jump over to my sandbox, and we'll take a look at some of the, for example, the doors. All right, let me see how these are doors or dialogue manager. I think we're using the dialogue manager, so. Alright, so I'll jump into the dialogue manager and see what I've got set up here. So I've got graphic ray scaler, intro dialogue. All right, so this has menu instructions, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, okay, yeah. All right, let's jump onto the player right quick. Oh, okay, so we're gonna go to the door trigger right here. Door trigger box area. Okay, I'm gonna open up the script here. Ah, okay, I see what I've done here. Yeah, what I did is I did a set trigger. All right, so what this does is this sets a trigger in the animation, and right now we don't have any animation on the scene. So what I need to do is I need to set the visual sprite on and off. That's why it's not doing anything, because doing anything in that scene, because we haven't set up an animation for that. There's no animation on this. It's just going to turn the graphic on and off. And I forgot what script that I have that has set is visual, I think. Okay, so we're gonna jump back into this script over here, and on the vertical scroll thing. So okay, and we can get rid of these. Okay, none. None. All right, and then we'll drag this one down here. All right, and we're still gonna have a problem with this though, because there is okay, so we have set active. Sorry, yeah. All right, this should fix it. I'm getting a little bit tired anyway, but right. So now we'll make her jump here, make her jump over here, get rid of this, and then all right, there we go. That's what I was looking for. So we just set that to inactive. All right, cool. I just had drug it to the wrong spot. Sorry, still got I gotta drink something because I've been talking for so long. All right, so that works. That took a lot longer to figure out than necessary. All right, so what we're doing now, okay, so we got that working. So I just put a script on this vertical kill zone that will detect this this demon warning trigger, and once the vertical kill zone runs into this demon warning trigger, then the sky, we're going to set it to where the sky actually turns red. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to jump back into the sandbox. So this sandbox is so... Actually, we're not going to jump into the sandbox. We're going to jump into scene 1, I think. Is that scene 1? Or scene 2? Which scene am I on? This is endless. I need... Oh, level 1, sorry. We're going to jump into level 1. And you're like, level 1 of what? Well, level 1, this is level 1 of my Spirits of the Lost Winds game. And I think I might have the sky already set up to change colors in here. So we're going to jump into our level map. And we're going to go to skies. So all of these are just empty game objects that I'm kind of using as, what is it? Like holding boxes, right? So I've got sky 2 over here. And I'm looking for a sky that has a script on it. Sun, online, flying enemy. I might not have put it in here. In this one. That might be on a different build of this game. Let's see, I've got lower build, I've got undercity, I've got upper layers. What do I have on the upper layers? Tiles, hidden tile structures. I have a timer in here somewhere that animates that will actually animate a sky. Middle layer. Oh, I think I left it off of here. Darn it. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Well, we can work on the animation part of it later, because like when the demon starts getting closer, once it triggers, I want that I want the sky to turn red in the background. And we've already got a red sky on the level, but we haven't set it to trigger on and off. So what I'll do is I'll jump back into our endless runner scene. Okay, so I'll jump into our endless runner scene, and then I'm going to go back to that script that we were working on that's on this vertical kill zone here. And we're going to jump back into this. Oh. And I do need to go ahead and, let me jump back over to Unity and go ahead and drag my player down here. We're going to be dragging our player temp here. Alright, and that'll fix that. Alright, and now we're back over in to Visual Studio. And right now we only have like one game object. We're going to go ahead and create another game object. And we're going to name this one Sky. Alright, so we're going to name this one as Red Sky. So we're naming this one Red Sky. Not Red Sky X, Red Sky. And for this, we're also going to copy, and we're going to set this Red Sky as false by default. So this should be turned off at the beginning of the game. Okay, so red sky will be turned off at the beginning of the game. However, when the player entered the trigger, or when that trigger box behind Ryoko is hit by the vertical kill zone, then we're going to set this red sky as active here. So, and don't worry, I'm going to get rid of all of this for this script, we don't need all of this extra commented out stuff. So we're just like kind of like setting it up. And then we're going to delete anything that we don't need, because this is going to be a very simple, basic script. Okay, so let's jump back over into Unity, and that script is compiling now. All right. All right, so we've got this. Now you'll notice that we have this new space for to enter in a new game object. So this will be our red sky, and that red sky is located in our level map here. So we'll go to our scene layers container, and we'll look for scene layers. Actually, no, we're not going to go for scene layers. We're going to go for our sky and clouds box. So we got our sky here, and we got this whole thing. This is the Kurogami sky tent. So we're going to drag this Kurogami sky tent in here. Now, when I turn this on, basically, this is going to set the whole layer to red. That means that the demon is coming, right? And so this is kind of what we want to trigger when this box gets too close to Ryoko. And this this right here is going to be our demon warning trigger. Is going to be the indicator for when the demon's getting closer to her. All right, so let's go ahead and play. Okay, so she's running, she's escaping, she's getting out of the way, she's jumping over stuff, she's like going up vertical, inverted. She got picking up her weapons. She's got her dialogue boxes here. She got some weapons here that she can like fling at these birds. And she's got her sister. Right? I think we outran the vertical kill zone, which is good, which is something you should be able to do. But now it's getting closer, it's getting closer, it's getting closer, it's getting closer. Did she make it over that? Yes, she did. Boom. Okay, and now that means that the demon is close. The demon should be closer, so she needs to be careful. Now, that doesn't necessarily. Now, what's happening is like this has been triggered, but okay, now she's like just taking hits, but I've turned the damage off on this. All right, so that is working. So it is triggering it on and off. However, one thing that I might want to do in the code is right now we have on trigger enter 2D. And that sets the that actually sets this thing to off. Well, maybe I don't necessarily want the red sky itself set. No, actually I do. Never mind. So what we're gonna do is we're going to copy all of this code here. And the simplest fix for this is we're gonna drop this here, and instead of putting it on trigger enter, I'm gonna set on trigger exit 2D, right? And also one of the things that I'm gonna do is before we were just testing the red box. But now I kind of want to go ahead and comment this out. So I don't really want, I want this demon warning box to constantly be on the screen. So I don't want to wind up setting this to on and off, right? Because if I set it to off once the trigger enters it, then there's nothing for it to detect when the trigger has been exited. So that was just a test. What we really want to do is we want to set this red sky to active and false, right? So we're just going to change that here. So the demon trigger, demon warning box will be constant in the scene, but this red sky will be set to on and off as necessary. Okay, so now that we've done that to our code, we're going to wait for our that to compile, and then we're going to jump back over to Unity. Okay, and if you like what you're seeing and you like watching me make games based on comics, original comics and novels and stuff like that, then definitely like, subscribe, check out my YouTube because that's where I'm going to be porting all my VODs over for my game dev. And but I have decided that that I will be locking a lot of my content, and that will be on Patreon. For the past 10, 20, 30 years, I've just been putting free stuff out on YouTube and on different media platforms and on my old website. But I decided to shut down my old website last year, as well as my old Nerdy Urges online store, and just kind of start fresh with focusing on Patreon, because I had so much free content, and it wasn't really getting me anywhere. So everything that I'll be building from now on, when it comes to education or like how I'm actually making my games, making my comics, even like a lot of the stuff I'll be producing will be like Patreon. Will be on Patreon. Now I have a lot of free stuff, for free posts and stuff for people who are just coming new and like who don't really know the series or who are just getting into it. So you can check out like some of the free posts and some of the free giveaways and stuff that I've got on the page. But a lot of the new content that will be coming forward from now on will be locked for Patreon members only. And that will include a lot of the game dev VOD that I'm currently making on Twitch. So Twitch does not retain these videos for too long. So I am like just porting all of the VODs over to YouTube. And then I will be posting those on YouTube and Patreon where they will be locked content for members. All right. So you can check that out. Check out my Patreon, see what I've already got on there. But what we're doing now is we just created the code for this to change the color of the sky when the demon gets close. So we're going to test that out. So this box right here, this demon warning trigger should be constant through the scene. So when this vertical box interacts with it, this should not vanish, but the screen should change red. All right, let's go ahead and test that out. And that tells Ryoko that the demon is closer than it should be. Okay, so I'm gonna run ahead, put some space in, get this jump in. Okay, so right now we're outrunning this thing. Okay, and it's slowly disappearing off the screen because we just left it behind. Okay, but I might have to slow down a little bit in order to avoid some obstacles. And that's where the vertical thing is like chasing us again. I do have my weapons. I'm not gonna activate them right now. Okay, so everything's going good. I can run upside down, pick up coins there. I will put some coins under there. Right. So this vertical bar is getting closer to us, so I'm gonna slow down. And boom, all right. This means that the demon is closer than it should be. Right, so the whole sky just turned red. But if I speed up, then that means I can I've left the demon behind. It's not close enough to really get us at the moment. But if I happen to get stuck behind something, then I'm kind of screwed, right? So I need to speed up to get away from that, and that's kind of what we're looking for, right? So that's our early warning signal that that the demon's like getting too close. And so this red box, of course, we're not going to be seeing this in the scene. Yeah. Now, there's a lot of stuff that I can do with this dynamic, actually. I can actually have it to where when this red box, where this vertical kill zone gets too close, like something flies from behind to attack us, right? So I could actually have other enemies appear right there and like drop down and start throwing stuff, like shooting at us from behind, and we have to dodge that. So that's another reason why I'm kind of doing it this way. All right, but yeah, that works. All right, so we got our sky changing red, and then Ryoko had to run away out of it. And another reason why I'm doing it this way is that I can actually adjust the distance of this warning trigger. So right now it's kind of close to Ryoko, but say I want the alarm to go off much further, then I can actually just physically adjust this distance in the actual scene by clicking this warning trigger box and just dragging it to where I want it to be. So if I want it to be farther away, I can just like click on it here and just drag it backwards. I'm not going to do that because it's automatically going to be closer to the vertical kill zone, but I could do that. All right, so this gives me a lot of options for what I want to do in order to give the player a warning and freak them out. Normally what I would do is I would add a screen shake to that as well. So when this demon warning actually interacts with this, then there would be a slight a screen shake. Be like, okay, something's coming, right? And that would freak the player out and make them like move their asses a little bit faster. But right now, this is working perfectly. So the thing that we want this constantly on the screen, but we don't necessarily want to see it. And that's why I've created, that's why I put a sprite render on it. So the visual sprite is just for us as developers, but in the actual game, we don't want to see this thing. So we're just going to take the opacity and like drop it all the way down. All right. And it's not going to affect anything with the trigger because like the object is still physically there in the scene. Now, one thing I just thought of that I will probably add to this game now that I'm because this is a remake of my old Ryukage Run game, and I do have like some falling objects already that aren't really doing any damage here at the moment. Okay, let's slow down, make sure. Okay, yeah, the demon's close. Okay, you can actually see the demon like closing in from behind, so that means that she's got to do something and like kind of outrun it. All right, otherwise like she's gonna get caught. And the fact that this is nice double jump, girl. You almost got her foot almost got skewered there. All right, let's slow down again. All right, she's like being careful. Boom. Okay, demon's getting close. All right, so we're gonna have to speed that up. Uh-oh. And there he is, and he just got her. Whoa. All right, perfect. All right. All right, so now that we have this, like I said, it gives us a lot of options because what I can actually do is I can actually add, like, I think I might actually do that in the code right now instead of just talking about it. So the code that we're working on is a very, very simple one. But if you'll notice, I already had like a lot of variables in there. So we're going to jump back over into Visual Studio, and we're going to add like enemy spawn. So I'm going to add like public game object. Since I'm in here already, I'm going to add like a vertical. Do I want vertical? Like falling objects. So I can add like falling object spawn. Yeah. So I'm going to add a falling object spawner to this, and I'm also going to add a public game object, and this will be a back enemy spawn. So I'll go ahead and drop these in here. Back enemy spawner. And this is going to be awesome because usually in the Endless Runner, you're normally worried about like objects and enemies and things coming from the front to try to kill you. But in this game, if she falls back too far, she also has to worry about like enemies coming behind her, like not just the demon dog, which is always going to be chasing the demon that's going to be chasing her anyway. But like if she falls behind too much, and like I could put it on a timer to where if she stays in that area for too long, then like some enemies like fall from the sky or like just appear and start throwing stuff at her from behind that she had to dodge. So I might actually do that as well, just to add a little bit more. I don't know. I probably wouldn't add the enemies to the first level because that might overwhelm the player. But I want to go ahead and have the option to be able to add these spawners and these enemies whenever I want to, maybe in later layers. So it's a good idea for me to go ahead and add this to the code. All right, so I will turn these off at the moment. So again, I just want to have the options to be able to do this. And this would be like a spawner group. So I could actually choose which spawner I want at a certain point in time to like pop up. Or I might even like make it random. All right, so we're going to go ahead and copy this one. Okay, I'll set vertical objects to false. So the reason I'd be doing this vertical objects is because like when the sky turns red after and she had to run away from that, Well, shoot, I should put that on the timer. Okay, I'm thinking too far ahead. But anyway, when she entered the vertical kill zone and the sky turns red, during the time period that the sky is red, there would be like some spawners that just appear above her and just start dropping rocks and like lava and stuff like that, you know, as part of the like demon's attack. So that means that she had to be careful where she's running and jumping and how she like slows herself and speeds herself up, because now she has falling objects. Also, if she stays there for too long, maybe like some demons or some ninjas or whatever will pop up behind her and start throwing like ninja stars. So she had to be able to avoid those as well. That might add a layer of complexity to the game that the new player that's just jumping into this is simply not ready for. So I'm not going to add those to the first level, but I am going to add the functionality for it right now. I put set vertical. Vertical. I can't spell vertical. 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 Objects to fall. Alright. So, and we'll put this here. And that'll be like falling object spawner. Alright. And now we're gonna like set back enemies to spawn, and that'll be like a back enemy spawner. Okay, so now this is like kind of coded in here, and all of this other stuff we can add as much as we want to, but I'll get rid of these because we don't necessarily need them. Yeah, so only keeping kind of what we need. If I want to keep these other ones on the timer, right now I have these set to false, but on trigger enter for these two, on trigger enter 2D, I would go ahead and add these guys and set them to true as well. Now, in Unity, I might put an empty gamed object in here just as a placeholder, and that would be like true. And that's probably what I'll do for the first level, because I don't have anything that will, I don't have anything that I necessarily want to spawn on the first level. However, in here, I would probably add a I enumerator for a timer. So once these like enemies have spawned, I might give them a couple. I might want to adjust the time that they will be on the screen, even after the red sky leaves, to just kind of terrorize the player, and like there will be a countdown until they just go away. I can't spell for shit today. Which reminds me, I need to put my eye drops in. So like I said, I am unfortunately going blind, like slowly going blind in this eye. And like I said, there's a lot of factors for that. One is age, the other is damage that I never repaired. That I let other stuff kind of take priority over like my health. And like as you get older, that you'll realize that that's not exactly the best thing to be doing. So I would need to have like some pretty expensive surgery to fix my eye, and I mean I can still see, but my vision is getting dimmer and blurrier, and I do see like I can like see like normal stuff, but when it comes to like reading like smaller text or reading like certain things or like numbers in a row, I do start getting like kind of double vision and stuff like that. So and that's one reason why I decided to like jump out of IT and try to do like other work that would not really strain my eye so much. But there's a caveat to that. I don't want to do other work at companies that are just going to drain the rest of the energy and stuff from my eyes and not give me anything that I actually own. So like working for other game companies, working for like, I mean, I like the work and I like working in anime and entertainment, but I did that for so long. And then I realized that I hadn't completed any of my projects, you know, and I wasn't allowed to So I was basically burning. My vision and my, like, physically and mentally. I was burning my vision, and burning my eyes and burning my body. But like, these companies, they're taking the ideas and the concept and they're getting rich. But at the end of the day, like, I was getting cut from jobs. Like, at the end of each year, because, like, a lot of times, like, the contracts were only 1 year, and then, like, somebody decides that they want to save money in November, and so they're just like, okay, well, thank you for your hard work, but, like, we don't have, like, come back next year if there's the jobs available, and they were just cutting whole teams. And that happened to me quite a few times. And I'm like, well, what about the concept and the ideas and all the stuff that I've, like, contributed? And it didn't really mean anything. And then, like, so I'm like, well, my health is not necessarily getting better, and I am getting older. And I took a step back. I'm like, well, even though I've been working with all of these good brands and all of these companies and stuff like that, what do I have besides, like, on my resume that I worked, that I had this person as a client and I worked with them on a project? And it turned out, like, unfortunately, after like 20 something years of working at, like, some pretty major companies, like in the IT entertainment industry, I didn't really have much of my own, because I wasn't allowed to build a lot of stuff on my own. Even when I worked for, like, Apple, like, they had a policy where you couldn't, where you couldn't make your own games. You weren't allowed to, because of the NDA and non-competition agreements and stuff like that. And so after taking a step back from that, especially after COVID, I'm like, I've done all of this work, I've contributed all of this stuff, like, I've given up ideas, I've given up, like, like, management stuff, like, management concepts, building, like, even, like, good stuff that would build a project and help make it popular. But when I took a step back, I'm like, I haven't actually, I've, fortunately, I don't sleep. And so, like, I've always been working on my projects by myself in the background anyway, just because my brain will not allow me to do anything else. So I have to be creating something, I have to be building something. It's just my natural default mode when I'm not, like, working or burning my energy elsewhere. So fortunately, like, I did keep up with it, like, all of this time, just not on the scale that I always wanted to. But now that I'm getting older, I'm like, well, like, if I can't, if I'm not working for a company, or I can't find a job, or, like, in this economy, then, like, when I take a step back, I realize, I'm like, well, I don't really have anything, like, of my own that, I can, like, fall back on. And that's kind of why I, like, stopped. I still get, like, offers to work for as a creative director and stuff like that for companies in Tokyo and stuff in the entertainment and, like, gaming industry and stuff like that. But I realized that there's really no value in me doing any of that for a company. Even if it's like I don't know, even if Netflix called me that, hey, we would like for you to be a, like, runner on our show, I would probably say no, because, like, I don't own that. And so it would just be them taking, like, they would just be taking all my good ideas and using that to make money. But, like, when it came time to, like, cutting people, then I would probably get cut again anyway. So that's kind of why I'm migrating more over to your side. So that's a little bit of a side story as to why I don't like programming, and why I'm working on this universe so fervently now, because, like, I don't think my vision is not getting any better, especially in this eye. So this eye will probably be dark in a couple years if I don't find a way to get it fixed soon. But, while I still have light in this eye, I'm going to go ahead and I decided to use it to continue working on my universe. All right, so, like, now that we've got this here, let's see, we just added the functionality for being able to add falling objects and like, enemy spawners when the sky turns red. And that would be on the trigger enter 2D. Now, on trigger exit 2D, we want the red sky to go away, but we want to be able to keep these other objects in the scene. So at this point, I would probably, like, say, add an eye enumerator for a timer to remove falling and back enemy objects. All right, and basically we're not doing anything, we're just, like, setting this up. All right, so in Unity, now that we have that coded in Unity, what I would do is I do have a standard empty game object that I just kind of shove into stuff. It's called the null, the null object. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to take a break in a little while, and actually play some games that are far away. So I might jump on my PS5. I haven't been on PS5 in a while. Maybe play some Overwatch or play some Marvel Rivals or something like that. Okay, so I'll jump into my vertical kill zone, and now you'll notice that we have our areas where we can spawn falling objects and our back enemy spawn. I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to type in null and pull up my null object. Now, the reason I'm putting a null object in here is because for some scripts, if you leave these blank, it doesn't run when you're playing your game. And so just having a default placeholder when you're doing your game programming, just having a default placeholder will definitely help. Prevent certain errors. And then if you need it, you can keep it there. If you don't need it, you can get rid of it. So, alright, so we got Ryoko. She's running. She's got the demons like behind her. She can jump. Okay, now the demon's too close, so we have to speed up, and that gets rid of the red the warning. Alright, wow, he really cleared that. I don't know how he cleared that from such a far distance, but he was really after her that time. Alright, so we're getting... okay, I gotta get rid of those spikes here. Hold on. Alright, so we just created our warning system for the Kurogami dog coming behind. We can get rid of these dialogues. They'll come in handy later, but we don't need them now. Alright, so she's running, she's jumping, she's these things can actually hit her and they don't do much damage. Alright, she's picked up a couple of weapons. Alright, I'm gonna slow her down a little bit. I am gonna maybe increase her double jump. So I'm gonna slow her down a little bit. Okay, this demon dog's getting closer. I think he just got stuck there. He did, but yeah, I'll keep getting closer, getting closer, getting closer. Alright, yeah, he's too close. So that means I'm gonna have to try to outrun this guy. Alright, speed up, speed up, speed up, go, 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 go. Alright, there we go. Get rid of these dialogue boxes. Alright, cool, cool, cool. So she should be safe right now. I'm gonna activate some weapons and just start blasting people for no reason. Bang, 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 bang. I don't have any enemies here, but Ryoko, Fujiko, she's doing her job, keeping her sister safe. Alright, and then let's see. Let's see, I think I have another. This will be another weapon that she got available. So I forgot how to, that's what I need to do. We need to activate her dash. She does have a dash in this, but right now we're gonna have to reprogram that dash a little bit because at the moment it only goes in the direction that the mouse is clicking because it was designed for a top-down shooter, right? It was designed for Spirits of the Lost Wind, not for this game. All right, so let me save this. And let's see. Do have a dash projectile. Okay, this is the inventory pickup for her dash. Where are you located at on the screen? Okay, that's the pink one over here. Alright, let's go to the dash projectile. Right now that is set to off, I believe. Alright. Alright. This will be under her melee attack. So yeah, melee attack, the attack box. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn her melee attack box on. Because we need to see where that is. So here's the attack box right here. right now, this attack box is behind her, so she's not necessarily going to be able to melee attack. She's not going to be able to dash forward, I think. Yeah, so, like, we're not going to have her be able, she's not going to be able to dash backwards. She's going to be able to dash forward in one direction. So what I'm going to do in this weapon script, right now, this is the default weapon script that was developed for the top-down shooter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wind up moving this box in front of her. But if you'll notice on my weapon script, I have the option to be able to rotate weapons, right? And that's something that you'll notice in the game that she will be able to fire certain weapons at angles, right? Like, and even behind her while she's running. But for this, since it's a forward dash, we don't want that that rotation set to on. So we're going to remove this rotatable weapon like option. And for projectile, this is not a weapon that's going to shoot out. This is going to stay in front of her, right? All right, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to use this shot point. The shot point won't necessarily be a factor too much for this, but yeah, we are going to go ahead and maybe rotate this guy here. I'm thinking if I want to duplicate this. I think I'm going to duplicate this first. I like having a duplicate when I'm messing around with stuff, just to make sure in case I mess something up. All right, and then we're going to rotate this. All right, and we're going to move this melee attack or this dash in front of her. Yeah, a little bit. And also, for the attack box itself, I'll probably make it a little bit longer. Yeah, to where it actually covers more of her. Okay, so that'll be good enough, I think, as a kind of a barrier for her. I might move this out a little bit more. Yeah. And this will be cool when we have breakable objects on the screen that she can just kind of like bulldoze her way through. Because like we're going to have like some stuff that she can knock out of the way or that gets destroyed when she runs into it or when she shoots it. So yeah, this attack box does have a weapon script on it. So this is registered as a shield, but the weapon script itself, yeah, the weapon script itself, I think, does include weapon and shield when it comes to breakable objects. So I'll have to confirm that later. All right, so we're going to put that in front of her. And this like melee attack box doesn't have any rigid body or anything associated with it. However, this attack projectile does. Yeah, because that is the trigger point for it. I'm not actually sure if this needs a rigid body. Before, because this was programmed for a top-down shooter, like I think I had a rigid body on it for some reason. Oh, that's because I do want to physically knock stuff out of the way, that's why. But I need to see how this is going to interact with stuff on an Endless Runner game. Okay, so she doesn't have it yet. So I have to look for the pink card on the screen, which should be coming up in a little bit. There we go. Alright, so how do I activate this one? Oh, this one's R. No? Okay, there we go. So, alright, so yeah, I'm gonna have it to where she can kind of run through this stuff. So that weapon is on her W. Okay, so. Okay, there we go. So here, if there's any enemy, she should just be able to bulldoze them out of the way. Alright, and that'll act like the shield. However, like, the dash, okay, yeah, so I have the dash attack, and that's on the Q. But right now, the problem with the dash attack in this mode is that the dash attack was designed for a top-down shooter, so she should be able to dash in any direction. And that's not what I want. And I need to also make sure that she has dash attack activated on her player script as well. I think I might have it turned off by default. Okay, I'll let her take that. Okay, so now she got this. Okay. Yeah, her dash isn't working. Okay, now the reason her dash might not be working is because I might actually have the can dash turned off. So we're going to go to her player script. Her endless runner player script. Can dash. Okay, can dash is turned off. So I'm going to turn can dash on. And then we're going to see if that will allow her to like dash forward. Dashing distance is like 10. Okay, so she's running, she's picking up her weapons, she's able to jump. She didn't make that one. Like running interference here. Alright, so you got this. Okay, yeah, so wait a minute. Why isn't she dashing though? Okay, I'll let her get eaten here. Okay. Yeah, so I just allowed her to get eaten there. She was actually doing pretty good for like a speed though. Okay, Demon Dog is actually like moving along a lot faster. Okay. Okay, so her dash is not working. Alright, so I need to find out why her dash is not working, even though dash... Oh, that's right, I think I dashed for spacebar, that's why. Oh no. Okay, yeah, you're cutting that one kind of close, girl. You need to run. Alright. Okay, I missed Fujiko. Oh no, I didn't miss Fujiko. Okay, yeah, thanks. Good job, sis. Alright. So now I pick this up and I think, oh, okay. So dash is on, okay, so I'm gonna have to switch the dash over. Alright, so dash is on spacebar at the moment, so we're gonna need to fix that, I think. Why did I put that on spacebar? Alright, so right now her dash is set for spacebar, which was what it was set for in my Spirits of Lost Winds game. The template that we're using, but like I said, top-down shooter. We're gonna have to probably change that around. So right now, a lot of her weapons functionality is coming on the middle button, on the middle mouse button. So that's actually fire. So she can pick up the weapon, but in order to she can pick up a weapon. In order to activate the weapon, she has to press one of the activation keys. So that would be like either Q, W, E, R, or another key. And then to activate her her ranged weapons, we're using the middle mouse button just by pressing that. For the dash, I think I might need to go into the code and switch that over to maybe the right mouse button. But I'm trying to think of what we're using the right mouse button for in this game. We do like have like mouse, the left mouse button. I think is for interacting with objects, like picking them up and throwing them. All right, let's jump into her endless runner script right here. Okay, and we'll be looking for button. Dash. All right. Let's see what we got over here in my document outline. Is dashing. Let's see. Can dash is false. Okay, so like I need to see if we've got. All right, dash forward. Okay, on trigger, enter 2D, move player, get key code, get key down, get key, get component. Where is my... dash forward. Give me a second. I forgot where I stuck that dash code. Maybe it's not even on her index on the script. Grab inventory, box collider. Ooh, that might actually be on her default player controller script. I think it is on her default player controller script. Alright, so we're going to jump into her default player controller script. And let's see, check my document outline. So she kind of has two player controller scripts on, which is not ideal, but I'm doing that for a reason because, like I said, I am using a template. So the original player controller script was designed for the top-down shooter Spirits of Lost Winds, but we're editing that, and I didn't necessarily want to recreate the entire player controller script for her, so I've created a smaller controller script that only controls the 2D platform, 2D side-scroller movement for her. Instead of recreating all of the variables and stuff like for the full player controller. So that's kind of what we're doing at the moment. I've got jump activated, kill them, melee attack countdown, melee attack. Okay. So let's see what we've got for her melee attack. Range weapon enabled, true. Countdown enabled, true. We've got public void. If these are set to true, that's start coroutine. I need to find out get mouse. Let's see. Get key down. Okay, so this is getting space. This is for jumping. Okay, so right now I have jumping, space for jumping. And I think I also have space set for hold on. Let's see. Dash attack. Activate dash attack. Okay, let's see. Q, get key, key down. Key code. Key code Q. Let's see if I can find that one. Huh, I'm not finding key code Q. Key scatter shot. Okay, I gotta track down what I did with my hashtag. Okay, hold on. Let me find this. This is what happened when you've like coded something like a long time ago and you can't remember. Okay, so I've got this. Let's see, initiate dash attack. Alright, let's open this one. Okay, we're going to open the initiate dash attack script. Okay. Player, range weapon enabled. Make sure all of these button press activate. Alright. Alright, so this activates the dash attack. Okay, I'm kind of getting lost in my script from a long time ago. So, this happens sometimes though. Let's see, I've got, clear range weapon, so this would be back on, player. Player controller. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to get a headache, so, okay, so that's actually on her player controller here. Yeah, I've kind of got a conflict because I've got like two, I got the jump button. I've got the space button being used for two things, so I need to find out why. Okay, yeah, I'm not finding what I'm looking for. So, anyways, like, give me a second. All right, basically, like, I've got jump and I've got the melee on the same thing, which is not good. So, but anyway, we do have the ability for, like, basically, I have the melee attack visual activated, but the dash is also on the space button, and I need to change that, but I forgot where I stuck it. All right, so anyways, like, I'm gonna take a break and rest my eyes for a little bit, get something to drink. But this is coming along nicely. I need to figure out what that is. What is that? And why are you on the screen? All right. But I will be continuing to work on this game, like, basically all day once I get a little bit of rest, and, like, alright, so let's, like, I think I'm gonna leave that in the game, actually, to where she can, kind of float off the screen. Okay. Okay, so to activate this, I can activate this here, and she can move forward, but then when she's dashing, wait a minute, dash is, where's my dash? I want her to be able to blast through, like, enemies. Oh, demons! Demon dog, where are you? Okay, I think I'm way ahead of everybody. And I've used all of my my pickups. Okay, I'm slowing down on purpose just to see if anything can catch up with me. I mean, well, like, this level is not really going to loop. I'm gonna let her get stuck here. Okay. Yeah, so I did simply outrun them. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting her dash in, which kind of sucks. So. Okay. Well, anyway, that's kind of where we're at right now. So, like, I'll go ahead and jump off of this, rest my eyes a little bit. And then when we come back later today, we'll be continuing to work on this game. And I'll go ahead and, like, try to switch out the graphics. Realistically, the melee attack... Oh, I'm going to go ahead and actually move this over here. Because, one, this thing is, like, too far, so I'll go ahead and move this a little bit closer to where we can test it more efficiently. Yeah, I'll just put this here for right now.
There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know
Yeah, so we gotta, like, get her melee attack, her dash attack working. So that'll be like something that we can kind of work on, because I do want her to, like, dash forward. I've got to figure out exactly which button I want that to go on, because like when she dashes, I want her to like lower her body and kind of slide forward with this shield in front of her. As like, you know, just kind of like a barrier breaker. So I gotta figure out how I did that in my Spirits of the Lost Wind game. So what I'll do is I'll get ready to jump off of this stream. I'm gonna go ahead and save this scene, and then what I will do is I will jump into the sandbox on here, and I'll play around with the sandbox a little bit to find out where I've got my yeah, where's my sample level? Okay, player jump. So I'm gonna jump over to the sandbox that I'm using to build all of this. And the sandbox is has all of the attacks and stuff that we're going to be using anyway. So I'll see how I've got that one programmed. So here's my attack box here. I'll check my code here. Shot point. Darn it. Okay, I think I just figured it out. So maybe this is on a weapon script though. So. Okay, yeah, I'll figure that out here. But this is kind of what the sandbox that we're using to build this game off of looks like. So I'll play around with that and see if I can figure out the dash for the 2D side-scroller movement. Alright, but that's going to be it for this one right now. I got to get some food, take a break, rest my eyes. Well, rest my eyes from like coding and like focused work. I'm still not tired yet, so I'm probably going to just jump on Marvel Rivals. Because I haven't played that in a while, so I'll jump on Marvel Rivals, get some gameplay in, relax a little bit, and then like jump back into this. This will probably be my project for the day, like getting this game up and running, more functional, starting to add animation, changing the background elements and stuff like that. So if you like to watch like how I actually make my games and like learn more about the universe that I'm working on, let's see, the game that we're working on right now is called Ryukage Run. Let me go ahead and save this and jump back into the scene that we're going to continue building. Okay, so this game that we're working on right now is called Ryukage Run. This is Ryoko. She is the youngest of the Morita sisters, and this is her first encounter with this demon right here. And that's kind of what we're building today. So we made it to where the sky turns red whenever this demon gets close to her, and she can be attacked by other objects and stuff, which we'll probably add in the next stream. And so that's a pretty good development for this. And if you would like to know more about the storyline for this game, this is based on this comic series, the Ryukage comic series, which I created. And I'm continuing, I already have 2 of the comics published, but I am continuing with this comic series on my Patreon now. It'll be like a new art style, probably a new art style. Because I want to go ahead and finish out the storyline, because this is actually part of a much larger story. So if you would like to read the original comics, you can like catch those on my Gumroad account here. So issues 1 and 2 are on my Gumroad for free. And these 2 comics are the video game that we're kind of building right now. And these 2 comics are also like the prequel to this full-on novel that I created, that I wrote and published a long time ago. So this is the main WildFIRE storyline. If you'd like to play the old version of this game, it is still available on itch.io. So you can actually come here to my itch page and play this old version of Ryukage Run that has absolutely nothing in it except for Ryoko running back and forth, trying to dodge stuff, trying to hit her from above. So we're totally revamping this game. And if you'd like to know the backstory of this game and the lore of the universe, which I highly recommend, that's what my Patreon page is for. So this is like, I have like some animated clips of like Ryoko kind of running away from the demon here. But you can go to my patreon.com, and I actually just finished recording a full kind of origin story video on Twitch that I'm going to be porting over to YouTube, that explains how this entire WildFIRE universe that explains the origins of the entire WildFIRE universe, starting with like the Big Bang, from the Big Bang all the way to like the Age of Gods, the Age of Dragons, and then that will lead into the main Ryukage storyline. So if you'd like to know more about that, that's what my Patreon page is for. That will give you a lot of the backstory, all of the character profiles of the games, not only the Ryukage Run game that we're working on, but also the entire WildFIRE storyline, because this storyline is very, very long. Even from the age of the Ryukage, it had lived about like 10,000 years. And this story covers like different, multiple story arcs throughout that time period, right? So, you know, and it's all connected to the game that we're working on right now. So you can join my Patreon for free, and just become a free member and like check to see what I've got under the free tier, which is actually quite a bit. And then if you'd like to know more about individual characters or like lore and stuff like that, then you can like upgrade your membership at any time. And if you don't have a Patreon account or you don't want to support on Patreon, then you can also, like I said, support on Gumroad, where I'm posting a lot of stuff. And I also have a Buy Me Coffee account where I'm posting like starting to post more lore and stuff like that for people who just kind of want to like support casually. Any support that you could give would for this project would be greatly appreciated, especially right now. And I also have like some free video games that you can like just kind of play on my HIO page. And also, if you like the character that you're seeing and you want more exclusive store merchandise, I have set up a Etsy store. So I shut down my old nerdyurgent.com store on Shopify because like products just were not moving there due to like logistics, the war in Ukraine and war in Russia before this new one started. So I shut that down, and I'm starting a new like online store on Etsy. And so this is the place where you can get exclusive WildFIRE like wallpapers or metal prints and stuff like that are connected to the storyline in the game that we're building right now. So if you're into any of that stuff, stop by my Etsy store. All of the links to the stuff that I'm talking about, you can find on my Twitch page or in my link tree, which is connected to my Twitch page. But that is going to be it for this video right now. I will be back later on today, and we will continue making this game. So for right now, like I'm gonna eat something, take a break, play some like video games, and then I will see you all in the next stream. So have a good one, and bye for now. Where'd my okay.